What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Vegas, and hoping this little kid is looking and paying attention. Well, he just jets off in his car and smashed into me. Jesus. Yep. Trying to get off the road again, people. I'm trying. Pray for me. Anyway, and it's funny because you're going to just be a dickhead, even though I'm not trying to get in your way. I'm actually trying to go across, but no. Let's be fucking assholes on the road. Swear to God. He driving. Anyway, so it's March, people. Happy National Women's Month to all you ladies out there. Hope you guys have a wonderful month of celebration. Oh gosh. Before I get in, why do old people feel the need to walk uber slow? I get it. You're old, you ain't got nowhere to really go. You've done all you can in life and you deserve to be able to walk slow, but sometimes I think they do it on purpose, especially when crossing the street. Because they'll walk out into the street and seeing you coming and then get extra slow. What? You're not gonna hit me? Who's gonna hit an old person? And that was a huge speed bump, by the way. But who's gonna hit somebody? How bad are you gonna feel? You feel bad hitting anybody, but I feel like children and old people, you feel worse about. Maybe if you hit your favorite pet, maybe that'll count too. But I feel like children and old people, you feel bad, and those are the two that are way more willing to fucking risk it and dare you to fucking hit them. Jeez, get on my nerves. Anyway, as I was saying, it's March, and we're right back to where it all began in the United States, so to speak. So if you don't know or you're not from the United States, March was pretty much when we started our hectic dealings with the coronavirus pandemic. Because beginning of the year when it was found that it was hitting American shores, our president was like, oh nah, see what I mean? Children and fucking dogs. This kid just literally rode his bike in front of a car turning. Right as the car was coming, he decided to speed up and try to beat a car on a fucking bike. Thank God that lady's brakes worked. And she feel fucked up. She would have hit that little bastard. And it would have been his fault, but she would have been the one fucked up and traumatized. She would have ran him over. Jesus. Anyway. Like I was saying, back to other traumatizing things. This pandemic, March was pretty much when places started to get heavy numbers and you started to see shutdown. I believe New York was the first, and then California. And of course, Republicans blamed it because they're Democrats, and that's the only reason they did it. Not because they wanted to save people. They were just making a mountain out of a molehill. And closing in on 520,000 people dead as of now. And I guess they weren't necessarily panicky or overreacting or just being liberals trying to take advantage politically or something out of all the other bullshit excuses that have been thrown around out there. Now this pandemic has caused a lot of damage, economically, emotionally, physically. A year later, it's not seeming like everybody's as hopeful as they thought they would be, at least from my perspective. I know we have several different vaccines out. There should be another one being certified soon. Biden has come out and said that by May, they should have enough vaccines for every American. Of course, now the fight begins where you got to figure out who's going to actually take the vaccine, because I spoke about this before, especially within the black community. There's huge distrust in medicine as it stands, and people are very leery of vaccines anyway. You have the anti-vaxxers, you have people, who are just, not necessarily anti-vaxxers, but aren't so sure about this new vaccine or how this is going to go. Of course, like I said, you have the black communities reacting to medicine due to their history with medical experiments and things being done on them. Hell, I'm sure Native Americans probably kind of feel the same way, Look up the Trail of Tears, people. The shit was real. Hitler wasn't the first to commit genocide on a mass scale. Don't look up Andrew Jackson. But yeah. I don't know. It's yay, I'm glad this stuff is happening. I appreciate that. I don't really want to park here, because these birds are going to fuck with me, but fuck it. It's close to the house. I'm tired and I don't feel like walking. God help me. You have this tree, and while I'm not parking under the tree, it's within fucking bombing distance of these goddamn birds that spend all day, it seems. I feel like they sit there in that tree waiting for cars to be parked there, and then load up all day so they could properly paint them with about 4 or 5 coats. Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like, you would think that with all this gone, the mishandling of it by the Trump administration, Biden administration coming in and actually communicating with us, taking us through the steps. We have these vaccines, they're out here, they're making them as available as possible, even though it's a very slow rollout and it's still a shitty handling of it, even though you have more competent people. And I say shitty knowing that they're doing this all from the ground up, trying to get it through as fast as possible, when there were no plans in place to do this shit, because the previous administration didn't care to do anything at all. That wasn't their thing. So yeah, it's just this is 1 year anniversary of this shit is very, very somber. And I guess everybody's just being very, very cautious, because we've been through so much with this. And, think about, the mental damage, especially. And now you got the worry of things I know here, they're sending his kids back to school because our illustrious governor, who everybody kind of lauded because he was very, critical of the way the Trump administration handled things, and he was doing all these different steps that people felt were positive towards holding down the pandemic. And now all of a sudden he's just you know what, fuck this shit, we're gonna try to rush as fast back to normal as possible. If you're a teacher and you don't feel comfortable with the whole school opening thing, even though we're not giving you vaccines, they're not vaccinating these teachers, but they're demanding they go to school and teach. And if you don't, you lose your job, because Maryland is the one place where, well, not the one place, but one of these states that teachers cannot strike, or they can't, they don't really have much leeway as far as their job's concerned. So they don't show up to work. They basically, as far as he's concerned, you're giving him a resignation. He said something to that effect. It was much more cold and callous than how I made it. Trust me. But yeah, Yeah, we don't know. We're at a weird position. Weird position. Hopefully, we'll look back on this, like, and be like, you know what? At the year anniversary, this was the true turning point, and things got better as fast as possible. That's what I'm hoping for, but yeah, just gotta pray for us all. We can get through this shit. There's so much damage that's been done. So much damage. Anyway, as always, you guys, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll talk to you later. It's your boy Black Megas, and I'm out. Deuces.